People think you just automatically have to be rich to be crunchy. And I would say it originated with just doing less and making more homemade things.
Especially when you're starting out, it can seem super overwhelming. Not only trying to figure out what's what, but like financially really overwhelming.
Groceries are so expensive and I can't afford all the snacks. Yeah, the snacks are what get you. The packaged healthy food is priced insanely. But if you just swap over for more fruits, veggies, meat, dairy, that's so much cheaper than buying Tombstone pizzas, DiGiorno pizzas, and it'll keep you fuller for longer. I think Costco is the ultimate hack, honestly. A carton of organic strawberries at my store is like $8 and it's gone in a day. Or they get moldy, but if you buy the massive bag at Costco that's organic, it lasts you forever. Welcome back to Moms Unbothered, the show where we ditch the toxins, trust our instincts, embrace a healthy lifestyle, and don't care who it bothers. My name's Kate.
And I'm Jordan.
This episode, we talk about the obsession society has placed on mothers to make their babies independent and how it is biologically normal that baby wants to be with mom 24/7. We also talk about homeschool, public school, and going back to work after having a baby. Before we get into this, if you love conversations that challenge the status quo and help you level up your health, take 2 seconds to hit that like button, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, or leave a quick review if you're a podcast listener. It helps moms like you find this podcast. And let's be real, the more of us out there, the less we have to explain why we don't let our kids eat McDonald's.
All right, we're recording.
I'm going to put my knee down.
Okay.
Looks like a boob or something.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Speaking of boobs, and you can keep this in because it's funny. I was watching this reel and this girl was like showing how she had to like put her boobs in the car seat for the baby or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But she had her elbow like this and her elbow was like bright pink. It looked like a nipple. And I was like, man, I like commented. I was like, your boobs very much out. And then I rewatched it. I was like, oh, that's your elbow. It was so weird.
That's weird. Maybe she has that one skin condition. You know how some people get like the things on the elbows? Guys, the shirt Jordan is wearing, we bought matching outfits in.
Which is my love language.
Jordan does love matching outfits.
I do. 100% cotton though.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
Yeah. And we got the matching pants.
We did.
Except I put it on and it's like one of my nipples is up here and then the other one's like pointing down here. I have to like readjust every time.
Because you're not wearing a bra.
I don't wear a bra. But it's like
you never wear a bra.
You can see my nipples on this one. I don't own a bra, everybody. And it's better for your lymphatic system.
I should stop.
Better for your posture and your tits. And it's just comfier.
I should stop wearing them. I need to do that. This bra is suffocating me.
You don't wear like underwire bras though, do you?
No, never. I never wear real bras ever. Sports bras, always.
Occasionally I wear.
Like even when I wear nice stuff, like if I was going out to dinner or something, I gotta wear a sports bra.
Okay, no, I will not buy anything if I am like, if I have to wear a bra with it, I'm not gonna buy it. Sometimes I'll wear those like if I'm wearing something white, like I'll put those sticky things on.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, okay. I'm gonna give a little house update before we get into this. Our house is going up so fast. In April, they had just started putting up, the frames, and now it's like a legitimate home with like walls, and our countertops are going in, and it's crazy. And it's been a long time coming, right? I've been at my mom's house for 2.5 years now. It's time for me to skedaddle.
That long already?
Yes, my son's dad and I sold our house in March of 2023, and I have been here ever since.
I feel like that was yesterday.
I know, and like I think back because when I started before I started social media, you guys, I could not afford to move out of my parents' house. That was not even an option. I think at my John Deere job, for reference, I think I made like $46,000 before taxes. Okay. So I was not going anywhere. But my son's dad did pretty well. So like combined, we did well, but like me on my own, I wasn't. So my plan was just to live at my mom's forever until I got married. And if I never got married, I would have just had to live with her forever.
And they were okay with that?
Yeah, my mom would love for me to live with her the rest of her life.
I get that. I get that.
That's how I feel about my kid.
Yeah, now that I'm a mother, I get that.
I was filling out Barrett's like back to homeschool board, and it said like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And he said, "What do you just want to live with me forever? Like you don't need a job when you're older."
What did he say?
I think he said police. So whatever. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy how our house is almost done. We've got 3 more months.
That's crazy.
And then we're in, and then Jordan's coming to visit.
Yeah.
I'm going to make her.
Just let me know when. I'll be there.
Yeah. December or January, sister.
Can't wait. Are you guys like, I mean, there's probably not much to pack. Like, you're going to have all the new stuff.
Yeah.
Furniture, everything.
The only things I'm taking from my mom's house are this mattress that I'm staring at, these night tables I'll take, and like my air doctors and my Jasper and her clothes. That's everything. When I sold that house with my son's dad, I literally said, you can keep it all. I just have a feeling that like I'm going to start my whole life over. Like I don't need anything from this house. Like I don't want anything. Like someday I'm just going to get to start over. Had no idea how. And then I started social media like a couple days after I moved out of that house.
Wow.
And you know what's funny is I started this page and I was heartbroken as shit. Sorry for cussing. And nobody knew because I refused to talk about my situation, you know? Like nobody knew like, oh, is she a single mom? Is she not? And like I never talked about it until like a year and a half later. But yeah.
And I remember like before we became friends, I was like, I was like trying to look in the background of your things. I'm like, are they? Aren't they? I can tell by maybe some of her emotional posts or not. Like I would be telling Larry all the time, like, I don't think they're together.
Well, and we would be so on and off. We were still on and off once I moved into my mom's house for like a good year. Yeah, we were just like on and off. And it was just...
Yeah, I remember, I think it was like when you got to like 50K or something, they threw like a little party for you.
No, that was in the background.
And he was in the background, and I was like, oh, okay.
He was in the picture with me. Or yeah, he was like, my mom took the picture and like he was in the background. So at that point we were together, and then probably shortly after we were not, and then we were probably back together again. Yeah. What a wild ride.
Okay. I was more shocked that you ate like a sheet cake or some cookie cake from.
It was a cookie cake. I think I didn't eat the food dye though.
We all have our things.
Yeah. Yeah. Food dye really though, I think that is like my hard.
No.
Like I'll do a seed oil here and there for sure.
You
but
love
like
a good seed oil every now.
But the food dye, I think it's just like, because I know like it's neurologically messing with you. I'm like, I can't do it.
You're like, I'll take inflammation over.
Yeah. Speaking of inflammation, I've been feeling a little bit inflamed in my face. So I'm going to cut out gluten and dairy again.
Yeah. I'm really good at cutting out gluten, but I have had gluten every day since last Sunday.
Wow.
I've been making a loaf of bread almost every single sandwich bread.
Have you been getting bloated?
Oh, yeah. Like I'll be like in pain. I'm like, it's worth it.
That's me. Literally, I'll look to my stomach will just be massive. I'm like, that's weird. What did I eat? And then it's like, oh, I ate gluten all day. I was
fighting for my life in the bathroom yesterday. Like just fighting for my life. And I came out and Larry was like, are you good? And I was like, oh, like my stomach's messed up. He's like, oh yeah, like diarrhea will get you. And I'm like, no, like I wish I had diarrhea right now.
Oh my gosh.
Worse than birth. I swear I was sitting there like I gave birth in the same bathroom and this is worse right now. But
that's wild.
I know. Anyways, I just made a honey wheat loaf today.
Wow.
It's pretty good. So.
That sounds amazing.
Larry's been on a sandwich kick and I was like, I'll make you better sandwich bread than what you're buying.
Wow. Look at you providing for your man.
I know.
Housewife.
Yeah, I know.
Remember, Jordan went through a little bit of a phase where she was wearing dresses every day. How long did it last?
Like 3 days.
Really? I thought it was like over a week.
No, I don't think so. And I was recording it. I was like putting it on my trial reels. I was like recording, like holding myself accountable. And then the very first video, it was like by 2 p.m. I was back in shorts. I was like, I had like mascara running down my face. I was like, never mind. Never mind.
It was fun while it lasted.
It was. I used to wear dresses all the time, but now it's just like I'm getting yogurt on me or I'm getting like mud on me. Like we're inside, we're outside. Like,
yeah.
Or I'm going to work out. I'm switching my clothes anyway. Like, I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah. Too much, especially the first like 2 years postpartum. It's like, it's just hard.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll just be pregnant again and I'll just won't have to wear dresses. I do love dresses. Like they're comfy. I wore one yesterday actually to the aquarium. So
wow. I think I have just established such a tomboy that like if I were to wear a dress,
are you okay?
Like, what the hell are you doing?
Are you good? Yeah.
People think I was cosplaying trad wife.
That's funny. Yeah, I do not believe like those trad wife accounts or just like homesteading accounts that are in like these 100% $200 cotton dresses all day. I'm like, no, you're not. Like you're out in your garden, you're going to get dirty. I know you're taking that off.
Yeah. Nothing's as it seems. The internet is an absolute illusion. And our topic today, this is a great segue into our topic, is the infatuation that society has with ripping mothers and babies apart. Literally everyone, most moms, I would hope, dream about being moms one day. And then it's like you have your baby and you are taught like, don't hold the baby too much, drowsy down to go to sleep and sleep train them or they'll be in your bed forever and don't co-sleep in. If you pick them up every time they cry, they'll want you or learn that you're like always going to come and then, you know, put them in daycare right away, which I get some people can't help it. And I can talk about this because I had to put my son in daycare as a newborn. So like, it's not offensive to me when I see things online, like your child should be with you from 0 to 3. I don't take that as offense. I'm like, yeah, makes sense. Our babies are hardwired to be with us constantly. Like, and thank God my friend Mandy watched him and it was just her son and him. So it was like she, you know, baby wore him and she like was mom to him. But like, yeah, it just killed me because I remember like once he was a toddler, he like called her mom because obviously his little buddy was calling her mom too. And like, she was the one taking care of him most of the day, like from, you know, 7 to 3, like that was his mom. But anyway, society is just obsessed with making people feel like they should have kids and then just like, okay, put them in daycare, then put them in school, then put them in extracurricular activities, then send them off to here. And it's just like, when you take a step back, you realize like other people are raising my kid most of their childhood. And like, that's not meant to be a dig. Because again, I had to put my kid in daycare from 0 just to facts, 1. Yeah, it's just a fact.
Don't have feelings, right?
Yeah.
It's like super tragic. And I'm a little caveat, like some women are okay dropping their newborns off. Like some women, there are outliers, but I don't think that's the norm. I think it's really incredibly hard for mothers to drop their babies off. Like I could not even imagine. And it is so sad that we have gotten to this point where it's like you have a baby and then people are already asking like, oh, when are they going to daycare? Like, when are you going back to work? Like, why is that the norm? It is not normal at all, especially in the newborn stage. Like mothers are the safe place. Babies literally do not know they're separate from their mothers for like 6 to 9 months or something crazy like that. It's like your body's regulating their body, your heartbeat's regulating them, your boobs are regulating them. Like you need each other. Biologically speaking, not even on like an emotional level, but like a biological level.
Yeah. And it's crazy that I feel like society has gaslit moms into thinking like it's just what you do. I remember having my son and like begging my dad, like, can I please open a daycare in your basement? Can I like, just because I lived in an apartment, so I couldn't obviously do a daycare in an apartment, I don't think. But I remember just begging my dad. And then I got a job offer from John Deere and my dad was like, it's just what you do, Kate. Like, you become adult and you get the corporate job and you go to work and it's like safe and secure and you put your kid in daycare. He's like, it's just what you do. And I just remember like bawling and being like, that's not what I want to do. But I see how like it just gets so twisted with society. Like, yeah, that's what you do. And if you like doing it, it's okay. But like, there's so many moms I feel that like, you know, want to stay home with their baby. Or I think what happens a lot of times with moms is they don't ever think like, oh, I'll be okay with sending my child to daycare. Like I love my career. But I think a lot of times as a dual income, people have kids and then the mom realizes, whoa, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to stay home. But it's like your lifestyle and your mortgage and your car payments. It's like you have to have that dual income in order to survive. And a lot of people, I think, don't want to take a step back and be like, okay, let's buy the smaller house. Let's go down to one car, like make it happen. I think most people are just like, yeah, we couldn't make it work, so I have to go to work.
Yeah. It's like this hustle culture has become so toxic. I hate to use the word toxic, but like literally, it's like you feel almost like a shame if you don't go and work. Like you're like embarrassed to say like, no, I just want to stay home with my baby. And like that's so ass backwards, especially like there's so many other cultures where they look at us like we're crazy.
We are.
But we're looking at them like they're crazy for I think you sent me like some post where they were saying like in Bali, like they don't put the baby down for the first 3 months of life. Like there's never a time the baby's not in someone's arm for sleep, for whatever. Like a mom goes take a shower, a grandparent's holding baby, a dad's holding baby, an auntie, someone is always holding baby because they're considered sacred. Like here, someone would be like, put that baby down, you're spoiling them, or like you need to take time for yourself, or like they'll be fine, they'll be fine. It's like actually not. We are like as mammals, we're a carrying species. Like we're meant to carry our babies, just like primates. Like you carry your baby and protect them and you go off of each other.
Yeah. They also did a study where they looked at babies' cortisol levels, and it was just, I mean, again, my kid's cortisol levels are probably insane because I did leave him for the first year. So it's like, I'm not being offensive. But they looked at cortisol levels of babies who were with mother from 0 to 3 years of life compared to babies who went to daycare, then went to preschool. And like the difference in their levels was just insane. And it's because babies and toddlers are hardwired to just be with mom from 0 to 3. And I think so many people try to like act like, oh, you need to socialize your baby. You need to put them in daycare, take them to the gym daycare, like take a break. Put them in daycare for socialization if they're only home with you as a mom. And it's like, that is so backwards. It just blows my mind. And I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but it's just like, we have been so brainwashed to think what is not true is true.
If it feels wrong, it probably is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't feel right. And like, we can speak more on the socialization thing later, because I'm sure we'll get into like sending our kids to school and stuff. But babies, like, they don't socialize. Like they do what's called parallel play. Like they're not actually socializing with each other. They're either like biting or hitting each other, and they're not sharing toys or interacting
because they don't know how. That's not a thing that they know how to do in their brain. And so when like daycare is like, oh, they're bad at sharing. Yeah, that's not something they're supposed to be doing yet.
I was laughing at Larry yesterday. We were with some friends who have a daughter that's like 6 months older than Romy. And Romy, they were just snatching the toy back and forth. And Larry's going, that's her toy. And I'm like, okay, you're trying to reason with a literal toddler terrorist right now. Like, you cannot.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
It was cute. But yeah, it's sad. Maybe we can give some tips on like how to become a one income family if like a mom's wanting to stay home.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You take the floor.
Okay, yeah. So Larry's always been the breadwinner, but I don't want to say a lot. I had a job.
One time I had a job.
Back in the day, I had a job. Anyways, so like when I stopped that, my paycheck was basically just like for like fun things, extracurriculars or whatever. So like we cut off like, I never actually got nails or hair or anything done like that, but like that's something that is not a priority. Eating out, not a priority. Date nights you can easily do at home, or like there's tons of free options out there. Budgeting groceries, like we have a budget for literally, like Larry's a little, with his Excel spreadsheets, but like we budget everything. And like we have one car. We've always had one car. We don't need two cars. We go everywhere together. Larry works from home. Like there's just so many things. You don't need the fancy cars. You just need a car that works. Like there's so many things you can cut off, and people aren't maybe willing to give up some of those things. So you just have to realize like, or think about what's a priority to you, staying home and not having like the nicer things, or having the nicer things, but like risking that time with your baby. That's like, those moments are so fleeting and so precious. You'll never get those back, and it goes quick. So like, just pick your priorities.
For sure. I remember, because I worked at John Deere in office for only like a year. And then we got to do work from home during COVID. And then we just stayed at home. But I remember talking to my neighbor who has 10 kids, and she asked me if I wanted to keep working, and I lied and said yes. I feel like just because I was like, it's not an option for me to stop, so I'm just going to like lie and say, yeah, I like working. But I remember saying like, yeah, I just want to be able to buy like Barrett the nice stuff and like afford to take him on trips and all this stuff. And she was just like she was nice about it. She was just like, kids don't need nice stuff. And the only thing kids remember is like who was there for them when they're little. She did like an online course or something. And she was like, it was literally one night a week where I couldn't put my kids to bed. And she was like, they still talk about how like, remember when you couldn't put us to bed and like we had to have dad do it or something. And I was just like, oh my gosh. like it's just like made me be like, oh my gosh, you're right. And like I could tell I was literally lying to myself. Like, oh, I like working. Like I just want to be able to afford the nice stuff for Barrett. Like I couldn't afford anything either way.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy how like we're kind of
Mhm.
brainwashed to just be like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like doesn't matter to us. And I'm sure
It
there are moms
does.
who,
Yeah, like I said, there's always outliers, right? Like,
yeah,
and that's nothing, not bad. It's just like
yeah,
that's just how you are.
yes,
That's who you are. So it's fine. But yeah, I don't think that's the majority for
yeah.
sure.
Another thing I was thinking about is because someone had specifically said something about like I can't drop my baby off at the gym daycare. Like, what is wrong with my baby? And
Mm.
one, I used to work in a gym daycare, and I remember specifically thinking, and I was pregnant because I worked at the YMCA while pregnant.
Mm.
I remember thinking, like, there is no shot I would ever drop my kid off of here watching all of you interact with these babies
Um,
and toddlers because one, they're usually like, you know, high school, college kids, or like, even if there are moms, it's like a lot of moms don't view other kids as kids. Like, they don't have the same empathy, sympathy.
mhm.
And I just remember watching people like interact with other people's kids and being so rude and like not having sympathy for them. And I just remember thinking, like, no shot that I would
Mm.
drop my kid off. But all that to say, it's normal that your baby doesn't want to be dropped off with complete
Mhm.
strangers and then watch you walk away.
Mhm.
Like, that's
Yeah.
normal. They're biologically designed to like be
Mhm.
searching for mom
Yeah.
24/7. So it's not something
100%.
you did wrong. And your baby doesn't have to socialize
Yeah.
at the gym daycare. They can
Yeah.
socialize at home with you.
Yeah. And babies, I mean, I can't even leave the room sometimes while Romy's with Larry and
Yeah.
like without her crying. It's just babies need their moms those first few
Yeah.
years. It's just what happens. Although she does prefer when we're all three together, like that's her favorite. But
It's beautiful.
it's really sad that this like hustle culture has been created, and I 100% blame. Well, on a grand scale, I blame the people in charge.
Yeah.
But on a smaller scale, I blame the hardcore feminisms back in the
Mhm.
day. Like, I think that whole movement was just to break up the nuclear family. And like, that's like a whole nother rabbit hole to
Yeah,
go
for
down. But
sure.
like, it's really sad. And then they're going to daycare, and then they're off to public school for
Mhm.
8 hours, 6, 7, 8 hours a day, right? I actually, there was this argument on one of my Crunchy Mom pages, and
I can't believe you're still in those.
God, I think, well, now I'm like a lurker now. I used to be a big
Yeah.
poster, and now
Wow.
I'm just lurk. But this mom, what happened was the original post said, like, my husband is telling my daughter, like, women can't be CEOs and this and that. And then this woman had this really thought out response saying, like, women can, it's just men are more biologically wired to do that, blah, blah, blah. And it all made sense to me. It sounds like right now, like I'm anti women working, and I'm not. But, anyways, and then the conversation on the comments started going to, well, I work and my kids are fine. Like, I'm a really, in tuned mom. I'm the one raising them, this and that. And this woman was saying, like, the facts are, like, other people are helping raise your kids if you're at work for 8 hours a day. And then they're going to an
For
after
sure.
school thing. And they're like, just arguing, like, no, I am involved parent. And she's like, I'm not saying you're not involved. Like, you just can't deny the fact that someone else is also raising your kid. Like,
Yeah.
that is just a fact. And this girl was just doubling down on, or women just started attacking each other, like doubling down on it. But like, that's just what it is. You're sending them, you're putting their education, and like, you don't know what they're consuming, like technology wise, other kids talking to them, what other adults are saying to them. It's just like a fact. And like, I
Yeah.
hope that's not hurting anybody's feelings, because what, probably 99% of kids are going to public school, but like,
Yeah. Well,
we
even
can't.
I went to Catholic school and I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it was not any better. Teachers were, I can like specifically remember like my second grade teacher. I won't say her name. I was about to say her name. That would have been too far. I told her I didn't have a piece of paper to do like the writing assignment. And she took my desk and flipped it upside down in front of the class, like trying to prove that I was lying. And I remember I just like sobbed.
Oh,
Like teachers are not
God.
all teachers. Okay. I had some really good teachers.
Yeah.
Some teachers just lack so much
Yeah.
sympathy and empathy. And yeah, even like Barrett's dad is on board with things that I want to do for our son. But at first he's always like, okay, weirdo, like that's weird. Cause like Chase went to public school, like he was raised you know, like how most of us were. But
Yeah.
anyway, he said to me the other, like at the end of baseball season, he was like, I'm so glad we homeschool. He was like, I listen to what the kids say in the dugout. And he's like, I am truly disgusted.
Oh.
And these are 6 and 7 year olds. And he was like, I could not believe the things coming out of like inappropriate things coming out of these kids' mouths. He was like, I was disgusted. And then and not saying like my kid's such an angel, but like, then there was a Barrett who would say stuff like, raise your hand if you love your mom. Like, just like still had the innocence to him. Whereas like other kids, you could tell like spend most of their time on YouTube, like saying these outrageous, crazy things like, yeah, and that means like ass. And like, just were like, it was bad. It was bad. Like kids were like, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get canceled, but like kids were just saying crazy things. And his dad and I were just like, can you imagine if he was in school all day with that, like with those kids? So then like my friend and I, our kids were on the same team and we literally became like dugout moms just to monitor kids because I was like, I can't like with good conscience know that kids are in the dugout like saying inappropriate things and my kid is just like sitting there listening to what they're saying.
Yeah. And he'd become a completely different person. Like, completely.
Yeah. Like he was absorbing stuff that they were saying and he would start to say them. And I would be like, we don't talk that way. But it was just crazy that even his dad was like, I am so glad we homeschool.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I'm sure there's people listening to this going like, well, you can't protect them forever. But like, he's 6.
Yeah, he's
like,
6.
We can protect him for now.
Yeah.
Like, he's still a kid. He's a baby.
I still think like he just graduated from toddlerhood in my mind. Like, yeah. And I can't protect him forever, but he doesn't need to be listening to kids talking about like sexualizing women and talking about the other gender and just like saying these outrageous things. Like a 6-year-old doesn't need to hear those things. And even in our neighborhood, like there was a little boy visiting his grandparents and he came over to play with Barrett and I said, yes, that's fine because they were just playing outside. And I went outside to check on him and he had an iPad and was showing Barrett something. And I was like, what is going on? Like, you're allowed to carry your iPad out of your house and like, and you have internet access. I'm just like, I told him, I was like, you can go home and you will not come back to our house.
Yeah.
Just because it's just like nobody's.
You don't know. I mean, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. And I talked to my therapist about this. Because I am just someone who overanalyzes absolutely everything. And like my biggest fear in life is like messing up my kid or like something happening to my kid and messing him up. And she kind of said the same thing, like we can't shelter them forever, but you can. So like if you're listening to this and you're like, well, crap, my kid goes to daycare, my kid goes to school, like there are precautions you can take. Like my therapist explained it to me. She said, this is how we have always told our kids since probably around 6, like, if something makes your stomach feel funny,
listen,
it's probably not a good idea. Or if someone says something to you and it makes your stomach like have butterflies or feels weird or wrong, she's like, you need to go tell an adult right away. So it's like little things that you can do that you can have control of. But it's just, I feel like, and even like, did we turn out okay? Sure. But it's like, we didn't have access to the internet at 5 and 6 years old. We didn't have iPads with unlimited internet from toddlerhood. Like, times have changed. And even in school, I think it was Organic, what is her name? Organic Janet?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
She had seen on the internet that like a little kid had brought his iPad to school and was watching PORN. Like as a kindergartner, 1st or 2nd grader, like brought it to his public school.
That's so sad.
It's just like the world is really not the same as it used to be.
No.
Like I didn't have internet until I was like 8th grade, I think.
It was dial up. Like
yeah. It's just crazy now.
I know. I know. It's like if we can protect their innocence a little longer, like I'm going to. Like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
It's hard. It's tough. I mean, like, that's tough. I don't know.
I saw someone say, and then I talked to Barrett's dad about it, and he agreed this is a great idea. Because, like, yes, kids are getting cell phones earlier and earlier, so then everyone's feeling pressured. Like, I got to give my kid a cell phone because he's the only one in the group left out. So we came to like this compromise where we're going to have a house cell phone. And so it's like, it stays in the kitchen. when he's like 11 or 12, like he can use it to like, call his friends or whatever. And if he has to go, if he's like going to a baseball practice or whatever, like he can bring it, but it like is a house cell phone and like it stays in the kitchen. Everything is monitored. That you're not getting on the internet.
It's like a family computer, like in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I would want to do a family computer as well. Yeah. Because then you just know.
Yeah.
And if there's something to hide, they can't do it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
It's tough. And I mean, like, it comes down to like the classic thing, like, well, how are they going to socialize? My mom always likes to say, how is Romy going to learn to be in the real world? And I'm like, by being in the real world. Like,
there's no better teacher than the real world itself. I couldn't tell you, besides learning how to read and write and basic math, I'm not kidding. I couldn't tell you one thing I learned in school. I can tell you what I can't do. I don't know how to do my taxes. I have no idea how to file those things.
Yeah, they got rid of like the home ec classes and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
I can say a couple words in Spanish. I just like, it's like you go to school to like regurgitate information and learn how to stay in line. Like, ask to go to the bathroom, ask to
when you can eat,
wash hands, whatever. When you can eat,
and
go
certain
outside.
times.
Yeah. Stretch your legs, like take a nap, whatever. Like you're just another cog on the wheel. And it's just, it's really sad.
It's a lot. And if you're listening to this and you're like, why did you even do this episode? I feel defeated. It's okay. Just try to do one little thing at a time. That doesn't, I'm not saying go quit your job and homeschool and homestead and get rid of your kids.
I read this whole other thing too, like how our generation, like raising kids, like we feel like they have to be in a bunch of activities, like, and then we can't get like, if we have, more than one kid, we can't drive everyone everywhere. Like we can't be everywhere. It's like, they don't need to be in a million activities. They just want to like hang out with them, try to connect with them at home and like do family activities. And
and if you think about it, like, okay, your kid's at school for 8 hours a day. Some kids do like the after school program. And I'm saying this as someone who did all these, okay? Sometimes I did the morning program. I'll go to school and do the after school program. And then like, I'll be shuttled to my siblings' sports or my own. And it's just like, if you really think about it, do kids want to be doing all this stuff? Or like, who wants to get home at 8 p.m.
and then have homework?
Yeah. And then be like, okay,
tired.
Go to bed. Yeah. Like, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
This isn't the parents' fault. Like, I just think we are like wired to be.
Yeah. It's been ingrained in us because we went to school to learn to do the same thing. Like, 100%. So, but I mean, we're all just doing the best we can at the end of the day.
We just shit on absolutely every like normal American thing. We're just like, at the end of the day, we're all doing our best.
We're all just doing the best we can. And we literally, truly say all of these things with no judgment because we don't know judgment. What other families are going through.
Yeah.
You guys don't know like the ins and outs of, I mean, we're pretty open, but like the ins and outs of our lives. Like, it's like literally no judgment. This is just us saying how terrible it is that we've separated mother from baby.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they need to be together.
And also, if you are seriously feeling bad about like the whole I have to take my baby to daycare stuff, like I did it too. Like I'm not saying your baby's damaged for life. Do I think Barrett has separation anxiety? Absolutely. But I'm working on it. I didn't know better. I tried to stick him in preschool at 3 too. And like it was a horrific experience. And I just didn't know better. I thought, you have the kid and you put it in preschool. So yeah, I didn't know.
When you're pregnant, you like get those download the apps that like tell you how far along you are and like the size fruit or whatever. I remember the app at like 30 weeks or something told me, okay, now's the time you need to start registering for daycare and getting everything ready because there's usually long lists and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even had my baby yet. And this app is telling me I need to take my kid to daycare. That's wild. It's not saying like, oh, make sure you have help so you don't ever have to leave your baby, Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it is like, even going back to like your kid being in daycare, and it just sets you up for having a really hard time successfully breastfeeding too, because like a lot of jobs that people work don't have like set times that they can take to go to the break room and pump. And the only reason I could breastfeed for as long as I did was because my company, like I could pump and be paid at the same time. Like that's the only reason it worked for me.
Would you scroll like on your phone?
Oh, absolutely. I would mark the room off for an hour 3 times a day. And I think in the beginning 4, but like I had, right? Like a baby eats so often that like I had to be, I was like getting engorged. But yeah, up until I left the office, I was in there 3 times a day for 3 hours
Mm.
And then I would also take a lunch break.
Mm.
So I was working.
Sorry, John dear. If you're hearing this now, sorry, she scammed you.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people do. But I mean, I was pumping. I was for sure pumping. And it did take me a while to like fully get the milk out because obviously a baby wasn't like attached to me. It took so much longer. But yeah, it was a lot.
Okay, one more thing before we sign off here. As a doula, how important it is, like that skin to skin, like right when baby's born, those first few weeks. First off, that like first hour, they call it golden hour because it's truly a golden hour. It's like regulates body temperature, hormones, like helps with your bleeding, your healing. You want to get that oxytocin. She just like promotes breastfeeding, all that. And then like throughout those few weeks too, it's like temperature regulation, heartbeat regulation. It helps them breathe. Like sometimes, newborns will like hold their breath and like change colors. Is like gets them to breathe. Like the breastfeeding thing, everything. It's just like it's all connected. We need each other. We're connected for life.
Amen. See you guys next week.
That's it for today's episode of Moms Unbothered. If this conversation made you think differently, question the norm, or even just feel a little more empowered in your health journey, do us a favor. Share this with another mom who needs to hear it.
If you're loving the show, the best way to support us is by leaving a quick review, subscribing, and connecting with us on social media. It helps us reach more moms who are ready to take back control of what goes on in and around their families. We'll be back next week with another conversation, but until then, trust your instincts, question to everything, and stay unbothered.